dos, tres.
Man, I'm so stoked to finally get the cab on. I can't wait. Do you guys ever just, you know, hop into your hover mod and wonder if it'll ever drive again? I do this every so often. I'll get me a beer, some music, and I'll just chill in here and just visualize me actually driving it, which will one day hopefully happen. Stay tuned and you'll find out. As you can see, today I am actually lowering my cab, slowly lowering it down using these 4x4s. I would like to get it down to about 3 layers. Center point of gravity is lower so that we can use these rollers and roll the cab over in front of the frame. What's up, guys? So this is literally a continuation from my last video. If you watched my last video, you'd realize that, because today I got all this washed off and pretty much just about ready to go under the cab. I need to see how high I need to come up for my motor to clear the lowest point. So I got to figure out the highest point. It looks like it's going to be right here.
Uno, dos, tres.
It'd be freaking awesome if this is about how high it is gonna turn out. All right, so now all I gotta do is just sand and polish this first piece of the exhaust and throw that on, and then throw these Daystar cab mounts together and go on and get them put on.
To the bill and threaded rod coming out of the cab gives you a better guide, because he's already got these mountain biking.
I hate the way my voice sounds.
Sorry.
I can't believe y'all had to leave.
It's finally going under.
I'd address different if I knew I could do on time.
Yeah.
This is called shade tree mechanics, right?
Yeah. I've been off since May, and
All
I ain't
right,
got nothing
we're
done.
ready.
I have. And y'all down here rebuilding the Ford truck. Go forward.
Come and look at it.
All right.
That's probably to the frame already.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, it's not.
How much can you?
But is there any room to adjust the box back
Yeah.
in?
What I'm saying is, it's like
I'm not
putting
sure.
exhaust on a car. You never tighten. If you tighten one bolt, it's over.
Yeah.
They can leave everything loose.
Yeah. Well, I'll just have to leave it where it is and loosen it up.
What year is this truck?
08.
I mean, it really looks, I mean, looking at.
We finally got it in place and ready to go up. I'm probably gonna go and get some all thread and thread up into here on a couple of the cab mounts, maybe like up here on both sides and then at the back on both sides, just to kind of use as a guide as I'm going up to try to make sure I'm gonna be where I need to be able to bolt the cab up. So I was gonna run some all thread through there. That's what I was talking about earlier, having some all thread hanging down to kind of give me a guide. But actually, Daystar that makes the body mounts, they sent some extra bolts that I do not need. So I'm actually, these are the ones I'm using. The ones that are long, that's way longer than these that I'm actually not needing at all. I'm just gonna cut the end off and use that as kind of like my all thread. Right now, we're gonna go to the shop and go on and cut those off. Got my hearing protection. I would say, you know, make sure you wear eye protection, but I can't find mine, so. Don't try that at home. My welding instructor would be ashamed of me. I'm about halfway through the process, maybe just a little bit more. Everything seems to be pretty good lined up so far. Finally starting to go into my guides. I don't have all the fancy stuff, but still gonna make it work. Almost there. This is like 2 days later, but the cab is on and all the weight is sitting on the 4 10-ton jack stands. I've started putting my PMF buckets on, and the bolts that the Daystar sent. Daystar is the one that makes these cab mounts, and the bolts actually did not work. So I went to Ford and got off shift this morning and picked up some parts from Ford. I got all new 8 cab bolts, and then I got these new plastic tip pads for the leaf springs so I can throw those together. Then I got these 2 transmission cooler lines. I got to adjust the bed just a little bit because it's sticking out a little bit more on this side. It's all still apart. I haven't hooked anything up at all. And obviously, I can't really go anywhere, so it's not necessarily the focus right now. So right now we are still drilling holes for the mini frame.
Hot middle.
Shout out to AutoZone. They started carrying high chews, which is the best ever. If you haven't had high chews, then you haven't lived. Also got these high-speed titanium drill bits because I'm on my 2nd bit already, so I figured I might as well try and spend the money on these titanium drill bits to get the job done like 2 times faster. I had to drill all 4 of these out to make the hole just a little bit bigger. The holes were already there, so those 4 I had to drill out a little bit bigger. This one I had to completely drill. I'm gonna be drilling through the frame on this one, and then these two, and then the one on that front side. And then this thing will be good to go. Alright guys, so axles are going to the shop on November the 3rd to get reassembled. Then I can start throwing the suspension on. I actually am trying to get rid of these coil buckets, the PMF HD ones, because they're just the regular coil buckets, as well as, well actually my track bar just sold. But I got to get rid of these coil buckets and my 12-inch rad flow coilovers. So if you know anybody wanting some coilovers or some buckets, these buckets will work with the coilovers or without the coilovers, because I have the coilover conversion kit which will actually bolt straight into these. So if you know anybody wanting those, you know where to get them at. I finally got me a good tripod, so testing this out right now. Excuse me. Once I gotta get the actual coilover buckets from PMF, as well as the cross member that connects those buckets in order to work along with my high steer. But once I get my axles back and those back, the whole suspension will be thrown together. I already got the mini frame all mounted up and good to go. Leaf springs. What else? I actually have some other individual PMF components. I actually have the 7-inch lift springs and several different sizes of spacers. So if anybody is looking for any kind of PMF stuff, brand new, never used, some of it powder coated, some of it not, just hit me up in the comments section or on Instagram, and I'll tell you what I got. Today we're going to go on, and because we can't do anything else really, we're going to go on and try to get the motor all hooked back up, the wiring harness, all the hoses, all that stuff. So I just kind of take a couple small videos, nothing crazy, nothing special, but just want to say thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and turn them notifications on so you can see what else is to come. Oh yeah, also speaking of that, I got my tires from Indiana, so I'm not going to show you guys which wheels I'm going to get, partly because I do and I don't know which wheels I want to get, but I'm like 99.9% sure on the set of wheels that I'm looking at, so I still got to order those, but I got the tires, and no, I'm not going to tell you guys the size. They're 40s, I will say that, but there's going to be a reveal on the wheels, so just like I said, turn notifications on and stay tuned for that. So until there it is again. The thing is driving me, gosh dang it, I hate them.